First of all, Tyson, you shaved the beard.
Yes, I have.
Why did that happen?
Because I wanted to be a shaven gentleman for the fight. I didn't want to go in there with a big, ugly, stinking beard. That was a sign of the hard work I put in through training camp. I didn't shave it for all the way through training camp. But now the training camp's finished, I took it off yesterday evening.
And what do you think about the shape you're in at the moment? Are you where you wanted to be?
Fantastic shape. Bang on the nail where I wanted to be. And I'm ready.
You lost an enormous amount of weight to get where you are today. How tough was that?
It was very tough. You know, anybody who loses 9 stone in weight deserves a medal. It's been a long, hard road, let's put it like that. It's been very tough, but a lot of dedication and sacrifice, you can achieve anything you want.
Were you worried that by losing so much weight you'd be losing strength maybe?
No, because I didn't do it in 9 weeks. I'd done it over 14 months. So it was a gradual process. And I had a few fights in the meanwhile to get prepared and settling up the weight. And I've been around this weight now for 6-7 months.
How do you reflect on where you've come from over the past 3 years? Because you've talked about the dark days you've had. You're a completely different man now. How dark did it get and what helped you out of that?
It got very dark and very down and depressing and all that stuff that comes with it. But there was a light at the end of the tunnel and I did travel towards that light and I came out the other side, thankfully.
And what helped you do that?
Determination, sacrifice and professional help.
How close were you to actually giving it all up, never boxing again?
Well, I did give it all up and I didn't think I'd ever box again. And I had 3 years out the ring. Well, 2.5 years out the ring rather. And at that time I didn't think I'd ever box again. I'd achieved everything in the sport. I didn't need to achieve anything else. But I come back this time to give people hope and inspiration and help others that have gone through the same battles that I've gone through.
That's your motivation now?
That's my motivation. The sporting side of it, it's been achieved. Everything I ever wanted out of boxing, I've achieved. Everything. English, Irish, British, Commonwealth, European, 4 world titles, Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year, Ring Magazine Fighter, Ring Magazine Upset of the Year, and a load of intercontinental titles too. I've won more belts than any other person, I think, ever.
And that journey you just talked about, has that given you inner strength?
It has. It's made me a strong person. It hasn't just given me an inner strength to go on and conquer or whatever, but it's given me the experience in life to understand more than I did before. And every life experience makes us a better person, whether it's good or bad. We need the experiences in life, and that's what life's about, having experiences and learning from them. And I've learnt what to do now, what not to do, and how to manage things and how not to manage things, and to be thankful for every day we have.
Reflecting on yesterday, how much of what you did was to get inside Wilder's head?
I didn't really do anything. I didn't do anything at the weigh-in, at the press conference. Wilder got in my face, spitting and screaming and poking me in the face, and that was it. I put a pushing and shoving went on, but it was what it was. Screaming and shouting battle, it's all entertainment, but some of it wasn't sportsmanlike conduct, but it's a part of the territory. And I'm sure that no one took too much offence to the abruptness that was going on, but if they did, I'll apologise for it.
He's never experienced anything like that before, do you think?
I don't think so, but I was a beginner at one time, and I was the first time at 2 big fights when I fought Vladimir, and it didn't harm me at all. So sometimes that having the experience doesn't really help, because it didn't help Klitschko in his quest on conquering me. So it might not help him or it might not help me, so we don't know what's going to happen. That's why it's an intriguing contest.
Do you think he showed any signs of weakness yesterday, given what happened?
I don't know. He showed a sign of weakness and uncontrol, but I don't think any of the press stuff or weigh-in stuff or any of the talking really matters on the night. He could say anything to me, anything at all, and it wouldn't hamper how I fight him at all. Nothing in this is personal. Nothing. This is just a sporting contest between 2 high-level sporting athletes. Nothing more, nothing less. That is it. It ends in the ring on Saturday night.
He's got a big punch. How much will concentration be important to you to make sure you avoid that throughout the fight?
I'm not concentrating on what Deontay Wilder does well. I'm only concentrating on what I do well. That's it. Everyone has their own game plans going into these fights, and they have their own way of thinking where they think, oh, this is going to happen, that might happen, but I'm not really concerned about anything Deontay Wilder's going to do. I just need to be concerned on what I do and do what I do best, and that's it. If I can perform as good as I know I can perform, then I'll be happy. I suppose any fighter That is their main concern, performing to the best of their ability. I don't think they're really concerned what the other fighter's going to do to them. It's all about rather what they can do on the night, and if they can take and translate what they do in the gym on fight night. And that's I think the worry for all fighters.
If you win this fight, you'll become only the 3rd British heavyweight to win a title in the States. What would that mean to you?
You know, all the statistics and things that go on in boxing, they're not really a concern of mine. To be the 3rd or 7th or whatever, if you're the 1st, then it's a something. But who really remembers the 3rd or 4th or 5th person to do anything? Nobody. So it's not really a concern of mine to be concerned about them sort of things. But listen, it's a fantastic opportunity for me to showcase my skills on the world's biggest stage. Live on Showtime, live on BT Sport. It's going to be a great night.
You've said that, or you've been quoted as saying that you probably won't fight back in the UK again. Is that right? And if that is right, why?
Well, you can never say never, and we don't know what's around the corner. So I'd like to fight in America again, and I believe I'll have an American mandatory again, straight away after this fight. So probably come back to the US and fight here again, yeah.
But you don't rule out fighting again in the UK, depending on what happens?
No, I don't rule out anything. I might fight in Antarctica. We never know where you're going to fight. Wherever it makes more sense, then that's where we do fights.
And have you thought about what happens beyond this fight, apart from the mandatory, obviously, but have you thought about what happens, win or lose?
Do you know what? I think about what I'm going to do when I go home. I've been away from my kids for over 2 months. We're on top of Christmas. I'm going to take a much well-deserved, well-earned break. But I love training, so I will continue to train through the holidays. And that's it. I'm not really too concerned about what we're going to do in boxing career until it comes down to sitting down with my management team and my lawyer. They make all the decisions and all that sort of side of stuff, so there's not much I can do until January anyway. So I'm not really concerned. Got to make it through December first.
Can you predict what's going to happen?
Yes, I can.
Go on then.
I can predict it's going to be a very exciting fight, and it's a heavyweight fight not to be missed.
Can you predict the outcome?
The outcome is this: the fans are the winners. Can't lose as a fan in this fight. You're getting to see the world's best heavyweights go toe to toe with each other in a massive fight for all the glory.
You're almost saying that the contest itself is more important than whether you win or lose.
The fans are the real winners here. You know, me and Deontay Wilder have a lot to lose on each side, but the fans don't have anything to lose. It's very rare that we get 2 heavyweights in the prime of their lives fighting each other on the world's biggest stage to see who the best is. So it's a very, very great moment, and I'm looking forward to it as a sporting fan myself.
And given where you have been, if you were to win, would you describe this as one of the great boxing comebacks of all time?
One of, if not the greatest comeback of all time. Because I know people have had time out of the ring before, but they've never ballooned up to 400 pounds ever. 27.5 stones. And I don't remember them ever being as low as suicidal before either.